Warriors beating the Sea Eagles 36-16. Darren, was that the real Wars? Obviously, they're coming back from Vegas. Pretty disappointing over in Vegas, but that was a nice win in the hometown.
Yeah, beaten by 30 one week and then win by 20 the next against a Manly team that looked like they were, the front runners to take the Roosters spot in the top four this season with the way they played in their opening game. And, these two sides, had questions, both sides finalists last year. And I mean, the Warriors, it was probably the best of them. They're the third highest scoring team in the comp last year, but had the poorest defensive record of the finals. And that points to a team that can get opened up when it doesn't go very well or can absolutely bury you when they're up and about. So they've just got to, like Manly, I guess, close the gap between their best and their worst. That big forward pack just dominated. A couple of the Eagles' tries were somewhat controversial as well. So the margin could have been a fair bit greater than it actually was. And I think Metcalf sort of summed up the Warriors' response in that he struggled in Vegas and then dominated this game. And they really did hit back. So for them, it's now A, consistency, and then B, taking it with them on the road.
Yeah, did you catch that game, Soward?
I did. I was sort of watching it. I was at a wedding, so I'm not going to lie and say that I was doing the nitty gritty stats like Daz. But I think that the one thing for the Warriors is that consistency at home. After COVID, they've got such a strong fan base there now. It's never been more popular to be a Warriors fan. I think they were everyone's second team. It's a matter of getting that and shooting into wings. I agree with Daz. Luke Metcalf in week one, I thought was below par, and after a preseason of training as being the main guy, probably expect a little bit more. As for Manly, though, a couple of injuries. It's sort of the bubble burst really quickly. They were outstanding in round one, and like a lot of teams, just didn't carry that form on. But credit to the Warriors, big crowd at home. No one expected them to play the way that they did, but now it's finding that consistency.
I wanted to ask you, Sally, as someone who's been in the system, when you get a coach like Anthony Soward, who came out after the game and a bit of plausible deniability with the injuries to a couple of the boys, Trebojevic, etc. The whole, I haven't spoken to the doctor yet. Have coaches not spoken to the doctor? Is that actually legitimate in the sense that I won't talk to the doctor because then I don't have the answers and I can actually be honest when I say I don't know? Or are they literally just sort of straight batting that away when they know full well the situation? It turns out they're both probably okay, but at the time, is it cards close to the chest, or would they not speak to them so they just don't know?
I think there's a couple of ways to look at it. They wouldn't be telling. There's got no obligation to give the media or next week's opposition a leg up in terms of their preview and stuff like that. So you'll always say that they're in. The other part is, with backs, in terms of your actual back, not outside backs, but Ches looking the way that he did, he was very stiff. So that stuff can settle down very, very quickly, or it can be niggling for a while. So he probably wouldn't know. The physio and the doctor would have said, mate, he's got back spasms. We'll have to wait and see. As for the hamstring, what a nightmare. I mean, he went away, Tom Trebojevic. So much of what they're doing rests on him being at fullback, and he probably wouldn't know because the scan and stuff like that. So I think it's a little bit 50-50. They're not really sure what it all looked like. It's not like you broke your arm and you're out for a certain amount, or that stuff will heal. So I think there's a bit of sort of toing and froing there from Anthony Soward for sure.
Yeah, I think DCE has been cleared of anything serious, and I'm not sure on the other end.